Morning, it's the 2nd of June. This is my first video this year of how we're getting on with growing vegetables in the garden. Start with my vegetable guttering, which I'm using for lettuces. Saw this in Kitchen Gardener, which I'm subscribing to at the moment. It's worked quite well. I wish I'd planted the lettuces a bit closer together, but it's a neat idea. So if we go round the greenhouse which I put up last autumn, we'll come to that in a bit. In the corner here, these are the excess lettuces I was going to put in the guttering, and probably should have put a few more in, fill in a few spaces. And at the front here, a couple of pumpkins, but I'll come back to those in a minute. And a big stack of plant pots which I'm going to put the tomatoes in when they get bigger. So into the greenhouse. In the greenhouse, as you can see, it's mostly tomatoes and peppers. There's a few odds and sods in here, things that we had in seed packets that we tried growing. Some things not quite successful as others. This is mimulus, I think. And we've had a few flowers off there, but we don't really know what we're expecting there. But mainly it's tomatoes. So we've got tomatoes here, and there's about 6 or 7 different varieties that I went for. And they've all done quite well. Early in the year, when there was the cold, wet patch, they didn't really move on much, but they're all looking quite healthy and a good size. So my plan was to have 2 of each variety in here, and that seems to have been I planted much too much. But anyway, we've also got about 6 different varieties of peppers. So looking at a few labels, we've got Prairie Fire, Patio Sizzle, Hot Patio Sizzle, Hot Cayenne, California Wonder, also quite a range. And with the tomatoes, it's Gardener's Delight, San Marino Tomato Shirley F1. I'm trying to read the labels here. What else we got? Shirley F1. Northern Light. There's no logic to these. Oh yeah, I've got Tomato Mini Bell as well. But like I say, I think I've got about 6. It's just a case of finding them all in here. Anyway, if we head outside over to raised bed number 3, as I was calling it last year, and in the middle, pumpkin, and this is Pumpkin Rosie. Yeah, that's what we've named it. It's after our cat. It's Atlantic Giant. I'm taking part in a pumpkin growing competition this year, and he's doing quite well. The other 2 that I showed you earlier in the corner over there, they were just, I had 8 seeds, planted 8, 3 came up, and this is the most vigorous one, as you can see. Got some radishes over there, and down here I had some, as part of the Kitchen Garden magazine, you get things sent, seeds attached. So I'd grown some of those, and down here we had beetroot, and those plants were looking really nice until they got eaten. I don't know what by, because essentially it just seems to have attacked those. And then also got some aubergine, and I think those have been attacked as well, unfortunately. There was 5 in there, and there seems to be like 3 left. Anyway, moving past the traditional washing line. These are the Japanese or winter onions in the pots just at the front here, and those are looking quite good. And then we've planted some carrots. Never planted carrots before, didn't do those last year. So the carrot tops are looking good. Don't know really what I'm supposed to do with those apart from just leave them. And then on to raised bed number 1, and this first section here, the raised bed that's all garlic. There's 2 different varieties in there. And on to my broad beans, which I was very successful with last year, and they're looking good as well this year. And then again, from seed packets we had, I've got peas, and these came from Bird's Eye, so they were Bird's Eye peas, so there you go. And they're growing okay. And then this is runner beans, which we got from Uncle Les. So we've called them Uncle Les, but we don't know what variety they are. And they're an amazing plant, because I only planted them, or they only came through the ground about a week ago, and that's almost a week's growth, which is just incredible. And onto raised bed number 3, and again I've done the same as I did last year in here, and I'm not sure if I should start rotating things for next year really, but this is courgettes, but they did so well in here, and it's the most shaded bed, although it's a shady day today anyway, so put 2 in there, and they're coming on okay. They are different sizes, but I planted them at different times. I actually planted 2 originally and only 1 came through, so I planted the second one. And then just at the front here, got some a row of spring onions. And that's all of it, so hope that found that informative. And there's the washing line.